Welcome back. This week's module is on learning through diversity. Derek, how do you think about diversity in the classroom?
That's a good question, and I think I'll answer it with a story. This was several years ago. I was facilitating a group of teaching as research fellows at the Center for Teaching. So all STEM grad students, but we had one grad student from sociology who was part of this group as well. And we had this little bit of conversation that happened repeatedly where one of the STEM fellows would be reporting out on the results of their TAR project. And they might say something like, well, these data indicate that when we used group work in this class, quiz scores increased by 6 points or something like that. And the grad student in sociology would then ask some question like, well, was that true for male and female students? What about majors and non-majors or first-generation college students? And so I started calling this the demographic question. And she asked it frequently enough when we were sharing data that we all learned that we needed to kind of ask this question at the front end of projects as well. And so one of the big takeaways for me from this interaction was that as we think about how learning works in our classrooms, we can't assume that all of our students think and learn alike. We need to kind of pay attention to some of the differences that we see among our students. And the other big takeaway for me was that if we want all of our students to learn, which I believe is the goal, contrary to what kind of weed out classes might say, if we want all of our students to learn, we need to understand and be responsive to our students' different learning needs.
So this week's module has been developed by Corey Fata-Hartley, who's Assistant Dean for Curriculum Coordination at Michigan State University. So while you're working through the activities for this module, be sure to keep in mind the following questions. So what kinds of diversity can be found in the college STEM classroom? Why is diversity important to learning? And what strategies are there for teaching inclusively and for leveraging the diversity of perspectives among one's students as a strength in the classroom?